This is for the online coaches, service providers who have a 6 or 12-month signature program or mastermind and want to double the number of clients who are currently in. Hi, by the way, my name is Gwen Ferreira. If you are new here, I help coaches and online business owners build back-end sales system that make sales without them. So whether they show or they show up, whether they show up or they don't. If you are new here, I help coaches and online business owners build back-end sales system that make sales whether they are showing up or not. And today we are talking about how my client is going from 800K, how my client is going from 800K to 1.5 million in 2026 in revenue. So here's something that I want first that we talk about is probably where you're at, because this is exactly what was happening to her and why she signed up and worked with me. So she had a working funnel. She had actually multiple sales funnels that were selling for her on the back end, but they were not converting. So it's not that she didn't know how to do a funnel or she didn't know how to sell her offer. Okay. She has plenty of people in her mastermind. So it's not like she doesn't know how to sell. But what is happening for her is that she is filling up all the spots of her signature program from live launches. So she needs to do a live launch to convert people into her offer. And so what she does is that she has a lot of lead magnets, a lot of master classes, a lot of micro offers, try to build her community and this community eventually to come into her next launch, which is not what we want to do when we want to have people joining our signature program every single month. So if your goal is to have, let's say, between 5 and 15, that's usually what my clients want, 5 to 15 new mastermind clients coming in every month without live launches or without posting on social media 3 times a day. Because sometimes we want to think like, how am I going to double or 3x my current result? It is not by doubling or 3x what we are currently doing. And so there is a point in our business where we are now, we have to take a step back and stop just doing again the same thing, but just doing it more, thinking that it's just going to give us more result. And there is a reason why we say what brings you here is not going to bring you there, because we need different strategies. And I feel that in the last couple of years, a lot of people have stepped away so much from strategy because of looking at the mindset piece, which help them grow their business, help them have a lot of people in, but have not necessarily bring a lot of people in. I have to cut this. Having lead magnets, having micro offers that convert, by the way, having an email list, like all of the things. So this client, when she came to me, she had lead magnets, the master classes, my micro offers, so low ticket offers, and she has her mastermind, she has her signature offer, and she has high ticket one-to-one. And so what she has done is that she does live launches to sell her offers. And truly, she could trace every single member back to a live event because no one had joined through the funnel alone. And what that means in practice is that every single new client she's getting required her time, her energy, a live event to sign up. And so this is not sustainable because she's not going to be always available. So if this is talking to you already and you're thinking, okay, I do have low ticket offers, I do have a signature offer, maybe I do have one-to-one, maybe I have a mastermind or like a 6 months or 12 months evergreen offer where people can just join all the time. But what I'm seeing is that I do all of this effort. I want you to listen to me because I'm going to show you exactly what are the different gaps that we have identified for her, we are going to fix them after, and I'm going to tell you how we fix them. And those are so important because you want to change the way that you are seeing your business right now and seeing your business as I need to double. Okay, what am I doing? Or what is this other person is doing? Let me do this. No, we have to go back into an actual logic and simplify your business. So if we simplify our business first, we want to look at our ecosystem of offers. Okay, and our ecosystem of offers is not really working. Okay, it's not working, and that's why people are not upgrading naturally. She's speaking actually to different buyers. And as soon as we had our onboarding call, she noticed this. Okay. She realized that her micro offers are actually talking to someone different. They would not just jump straight into her signature program. So, what we are going to look at for this is how can we build an ecosystem of offers that is for only one client. Okay. And that's the one client ecosystem of offers. That's what we build inside Elite My 12 Months Mastermind, by the way, where this client is now in. And so we want to start looking at this. Am I actually talking all the time to the same person? If not, why are you making it complicated? Why are you making it complicated? Something that I would suggest is for you to first build a predictable sales system. So it's predictable, meaning every single month you can predict that when you talk about this direct people into your sales system, which is then your funnel. You may have two sales systems, by the way. You can have a front end sales system and a back end sales system. And so what we use as a front end sales system will be a live launch. For a lot of my clients, it's content. And so they create content that leads to their DMs, let's say, most of the time. And then they have another strategy, which is to lead them towards a funnel. Okay. And so they play with both strategies because that's what worked the best at the moment, having a hybrid business with front end and back end strategies at the same time. So what we want is to not just look at like how can I speak to, so we don't want to speak to multiple people at the same time. Okay. So building really this. Now, when we look at another of the gap that is really important that we're going to feel for her is that she is really relying on launching and social media content to make sales. And so we are going to move away from this to build a sales funnel that is actually going to convert. So a lot of people tend to wonder how my clients and myself are building sales funnel that converts at 10 to 30%, depending on like where they're at in the volume. The main reason that I want to share with you on like what is going to make a sales funnel work so well is first you have to understand what is the exact structure of a high converting email sequence. When you have this, you can sell a low ticket offer, you can sell a 20K offer, it's the same because you understand what needs to be said. 90% of the sales sequence that I'm looking at, like the email sales sequence, they are not doing the work. And this is why they don't convert. And that's mainly because a lot of people have spent years refining how they launch, how they sell with their content. And they have not done that with a funnel. And so when they come to me, they say, my launches are working, my content is working, but my funnels are not working, let's say. And this is someone who has spent a lot of time, 2 to 4 years, let's say, refining the front end of their business, but not the back end. And so, of course, it's not working because they have not learned how to do it yet. So that's why like this is one of the work that we will also do with this client. Now, another gap that I wanted to point to you is always looking for new people. And so when we were talking with this client, she was telling me, how can I get a new client? How can I get new people? And when we looked at her audience, she has a huge audience. She just spoke on stage in front of so many people this last weekend. After her speech, she was sitting to sit next to Prince Harry. So she has a very big audience. She has a lot of people. She has a lot of access. And so what I told her is that the problem for her is not visibility. It is not her reach. She actually has a good reach on social media. what is her problem is that she's looking for new people in this. So we have different gap in our business. It's not, oh, you fix this one thing and then suddenly like this was the missing piece of your business. Your business is multiple pieces, right? And this is why, by the way, like my mastermind is 12 months. That's why like when I do work with my clients, it's on the long term, because we can't fix your entire business in 2 weeks. This just doesn't work. So here, one of her gap is also this on like always looking for new people. So what we are going to do is actually work on her email marketing strategies, and because she has people on her email list and they are not currently converting. So we're definitely going to look at this. And another thing that we're going to look is at all of the people who didn't buy in the other launches and how can we leverage this. Now, last gap that I wanted to point before I tell you something more around launching and like how to use that is that a lot of the sales funnel that I see are set up to sell a $22 offer. And even sometimes they're set up to sell to someone in like 2 days. But a lot of people are not ready in 2 days, depending on what your content has done, where they come from with your funnel. Are they opening those emails? Do they have the time to even see them? There is a lot of different things that we have to look at. And that's why, yes, it takes a minute. It takes a minute to look at it and be like, okay, let's actually think and have some intention into what we are building. So for her, what we have seen is that her funnels are built to sell low ticket offers. They're not built, the structure of them, how they are set up, they're not built to sell a signature program at the level of our signature program. And so as we want to more than double this year the number of people in her current 6 months signature program, we're going to have to change her funnel. So one of the things that I want to talk about around launches now is that the reflex that we have when a mastermind or a signature program is plateauing, like we don't have a lot of more people coming in, is to do another launch. I need more momentum. I need to create a masterclass. I need to create a challenge, because that is what filled the first 10, 20, 30 people in. And the problem with that is that it is going to scale effort, right? It's going to require you to do more effort, which is not the definition of scaling. Scaling requires a lot of simplification. And if you want to scale, you have to have something that is already working that you can bring more volume, amplify, and optimize. Okay, so this is what we want to do when we are scaling. We don't want to start having to like launch every month to scale. This makes no sense. Okay, because if we are doing this and we just go into more effort, what we do is that we go from 4 launches, maybe we are doing 1 launch every quarter, to one launch every other month, so to 6. And we want to have more clients. But then we also are a lot busier. So then we feel that we are scaling and we're just getting busier, which is a deep issue. And the deep issue here is to be launch dependent, okay? And launch dependency creates a fragile business. Because the truth is that if you have one bad launch, if you have a problem with your health, if it's suddenly like me, they say, oh, tomorrow it's holidays for school holidays for 2 weeks, like they do in Indonesia. Or if there is something, I wanted to say you fucked, so I'm just going to say you are fucked. And that's, when we say like, oh, you put all of your eggs in one basket, and that's it, And I feel it is going to put a lot of pressure on you and on launching, and it just removed all of the fun out of it. And that is how you create also revenue dips a lot, because you're going to launch, you're going to have some sales coming in. Wow, okay, amazing. How can we do that next month? We can't. We can't do that next month because that means we launch again. I need to onboard all of these people. I'm tired. I need a holiday. Give me a break. And so this is like when we have created a hamster wheel for ourselves. And that means that it's really hard for us to be really operating at a high level. So obviously, once you fix those gaps, okay, so once you fix those gaps, that means that you have an ecosystem of offers that is working for one client, and all of your offers are naturally selling each other. So you don't need funnels for each offers, by the way. Some people think that because I'm the funnel queen, I'm going to tell them that they need a funnel for every single thing. Not at all. Not at all. I should maybe say to everyone, stop calling me funnel queen and let's call me myself simplicity queen. But the idea is that you have predictability and that it's simple on how you are making your sales. So this is like for the first gap. Then remember, like for the launching and social media, like yes, I'm all for building social media content for launching when we want to launch, but not if it's the only way to make sales. And then the third thing that is important is to really look at your retention and the client experience that you are giving to people. So every single person, or like a high level, at least a high number of people, is going to upgrade to your offers. It's also important that you're going to fix your funnel if you already have one, meaning that if you have a funnel but it's not converting, we have to fix this. You can already see that you want to scale your business. You want to have tons more people into your program because you've built a program that is scalable. You build a program where it's not just one-to-one. It's group calls. You have content in it. There is a community. Like you have built such a beautiful program or mastermind. A mastermind that can scale. And now the issue is the selling of it. And you have not designed yet a sales system that is scalable. So your offer is scalable, but your sales system is not. And that is what makes it very different than selling a one-to-one. Because when you sell a one-to-one, you can do it with your content. Maybe you need 3 people signing up every single month with you if you sell high ticket. And then that's it, 3 to 5 clients a month. So you're not looking for volume. But when you are looking for volume, then what happens is that you do more volume of content, more volume of launches to have more sales, because that's also how we sell one-to-one. But we have to do it differently if we are building scalable offers. Now, if you want to know what this looks like for your specific offer ecosystem, how we will build that together depending on where you're at right now and where you want to go, looking at your funnel, looking at building retention, amazing and high converting email sequences that are going to help all of your clients upgrade into the next thing, DM me Elite and we can start having a conversation on where your business is at now, what it needs, and looking at if this is a good fit for you. So come in my DM on Instagram. I will put the link below so you can DM me Elite and we can have a chat. My clients are in the same position as you can see, and you are not alone in this. This is why it is so nice to have a space where everyone is building the same thing, going through the same thing, and having amazing results so you can also see what is possible for you. I talk to you all very soon.